Welcome back to the Third Party Podcast, where we are your third party opinions for your film and animation, as well as other little tangents that we go on as usual. I am Josh, or JRB, and I am joined by my co-host Alex, or Rexendale. Did I fucked it up? I thought I was gonna have it right on the beginning.
It's 3 syllables. It's not
Erksendale. Erksendale. Okay.
I don't blame you though. I don't blame you. I made the name.
I'm trying to get used to it because I also want to say it by your. Okay, whatever. Anyways, welcome back to the podcast. I'm wearing the same clothes, so is he, because we recorded these on the same day. That's how this podcast works.
Pretend that this is a different time.
Yes, this is a different day, or we're just degenerates and we never change clothes.
my hair just decided not to grow, so
Yep.
Yeah,
same.
well, it's also the same time. So
that's a coincidence. Same for me. Anyways, today it's kind of a continuation off the last podcast because we tangented a lot on like a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we were getting carried away. I mean, it was fun. It was a fun podcast. I do hope you.
As if we didn't talk about movies enough, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But recently, I mean, same fucking day we're recording this. My Cyberpunk thing got released. It was a long process. We talked about it a little bit in the last podcast. But I think we're gonna talk about it more and probably some other things as well. Because I also want to talk to Alex about his next project. If that's fine, if you want to.
Not really. Actually, again, I haven't really started it. I'm already running into technical, so I'm gonna keep it quiet for now until.
I mean, we don't have to go into like super detail, but like you don't want to talk about like small stuff that like you could talk about. I mean, we talked about Stable Diffusion with storyboards and stuff, so that's why.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that, but not anything related to the project. You know.
Yeah. Of course. Like keep it hush.
I'm just saying that I'm using it. I'm not really,
Yeah.
Really making anything. Because the thing is, again, this is legit a me thing. If I say that I'm gonna do something, it doesn't really happen, you know. Or if I'm gonna do this, you know. It's a bit weird, but that's how my world works, you know. Like I would say, like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this today. I'm gonna eat this. The more I actually say it, the more I actually think I'm gonna do this thing. It doesn't actually happen. It's a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just even sometimes it's out of my control. Like it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna go get some of this, right? And I go downstairs, and that thing is not there. But it was there yesterday. It was there the day before. It was like there like an hour ago. Now it's not there, or something like that. So it happens sometimes. Or like, yeah, today I'm going to be playing this game. I'm going to watch this show, and then it's not there. Like, why is it not there?
Yep.
Like, you know, I kept saying like, I'm going to watch the 007. You know, the most recent one.
Yep.
I'm going to watch it, and then for some reason I'm like, where's the controller? I can't find the controller, and no one knows where it is. I'm like, why does this happen to me?
Then you find it. You start playing like you start playing the game, and then you're like, oh yeah, I was supposed to watch a thing later. It's like fucking midnight.
The other thing is, when I was gonna fly to Hungary, right?
Yep.
And Switzerland, because for the past week I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go to Hungary. I'm gonna go to Switzerland. We were almost not going to make it because the person at the check-in place was being a bitch basically, and she was like, "Oh, you can't go in because your visa is it's not valid until 12 a.m. and the flight lands in Hungary at 11:55 a.m." And then my mom was like, "Bro, it's 5 minutes." So we had to go to a different person to get us checked in, and we were almost not going to enter the flight because of a 5-minute difference of like the landing, and fortunately the plane came a bit late, so
you had
even
time.
if when we landed in Hungary, that was when our Schengen visa was valid. So it's like, thank God, because I haven't traveled in a while, and I was like, yes, man, we're good. Switzerland because I actually wanted to go to Switzerland like years ago, and I was supposed to go on like on a school trip, like back in like middle school kind of thing. But there was not like enough people to actually apply to go to Switzerland, so everyone just went to UK instead, which I already went to like London. So, but the fact that I went there was just pretty nice, but again, I don't want to jinx anything, so I always make sure I keep things quiet. That's like a me thing, to be honest.
It is definitely a you thing. I am completely different. I think
it's a me problem.
It's not you. It's just how you like to run things. It's how you stay consistent and how you keep your mental good. It works for you.
It also like sort of runs in my family because I've had.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's partially the way you're raised to be like that.
I've had I've heard stories of like, let's say like I wouldn't say, but like one of my family members, not like ones near me, but like.
We've definitely talked about this on the podcast. I feel like,
but
oh god, we're getting to that point.
These are like, this is like one of my uncles basically, and they were like, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this thing. He kept posting it, and kept, whatever.
And then like, didn't commit to it.
Quiet.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then everyone's like, yeah, well, shouldn't have said anything. Could have just keep it a secret.
Is like your family the whole same way? Like if they start talking about something, it's almost never gonna get done.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. Not always.
Yeah,
it happens to me a lot.
It's definitely I think it's the way you're raised to some degree. Like if I think about my family, most of them are the type to be like, if I say I'm gonna do this thing, I'm going to do this thing. Yeah, like they'll do it, and people will like hold you accountable to do it. So it's just one of those things that I guess I'm used to, like, like if I announce a project, I'll announce it right when I start it, that like this is the thing I'm going to work on, because to some degree, followers, like a lot of people will keep me accountable to make sure that I do it, and I also keep myself accountable because it's a level of stress that I'm like, I have to do it because people are like expecting it.
Yeah.
Which is why the shit's coming out.
Yeah, but for me, it's like, I'm gonna do it, but I don't care if someone, like, if I say, yeah, I'm gonna do this thing, But for me, it's like, I don't care what people say. Like, it's me, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I go like, oh, when are you gonna do this thing? When are you gonna do? Like, there are people who would be like, oh.
I don't listen to everybody. but
people would be like, oh, when will you make your next anime edit? It's like, bro, it's been 3 years.
Bro, I hate those comments so much. When's your next anime? I mean, I'm kind of fucked in that situation because I make 3D anime stuff based on anime, so it's still fucked up. But
I understand though. Some people go like, some people will be like, oh, when are you hosting your next your group recruitment kind of thing? And I'm like, bro, we're disbanded. What do you mean? They're like, oh no. And I made it like this editing group I had. I made it like, yeah, here's the logo. If you guys want to use it, just use it. I don't care. Just use the logo now, because it's whatever.
yeah. Straight up. It's a disbanded group, and you're just like, you know what? You want to join? You're lobbed. There you go.
Yeah, you want to join? Just use the logo.
Yeah, just use it. Fuck it, bro. I'm not. Yeah, we don't do anything.
I have a friend. So the thing is, right, when it comes to this group, there's like a whole like no bias like rule where basically if you know, let's say there's a like a recruitment or like or applications, right? You know those, right? Those editing.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, I have like one of my friends who's basically like the co-leaders of it, and if he knew the person who was applying, he basically is not allowed to say anything. It's the people who actually don't know that editor, and that basically has like the no bias rule, right?
Yeah, so I didn't run like that.
So I had this friend who wanted to join the group, and I was like, yeah, don't look at me, ask them, and if they like your edit, you can join. Otherwise, And I'm like, I'm the group leader, so I can put them if I want to, but that sort of ruins the whole rule. And I like to have that rule just just for the fun and just.
I was critical. As much as I liked people.
No, I was critical as well, but I was still because doesn't mean I won't be
I'll
I
still
won't show
ask,
certain
yeah.
bias, you know.
You still ask,
But
but like to some degree, like if I know that they needed some work, I would have been like, work on it a
yeah,
little bit. Even if they're like
yeah,
close
yeah.
friends, I'm like, bro, just
Oh
work
yeah,
on it.
I'll be critical, but I also don't want to just, be stuck to the fact like, yeah, I think this is very impressive because he's like my friend, but I want to,
Yeah.
because like if I see your work, right, and like,
Yep.
yeah, this looks really cool, but if you show it to someone else, they might have like a different opinion, and that's also because that factors in because like, I know you and I know what you're capable of doing, but some people, may have different standards. That's why I had this rule in place. So when the group was disbanded, right, he's like, oh, so can I use the logo? It's like, yeah, sure, go ahead, I don't care. Like, yay! So he used the logo because he never got into the group in the first.
Yeah.
Back then,
I did it as a
back then, no. Right now, you probably.
I
Yeah.
did it as a joke. Like I think I asked Aztec Log. I was like, "Hey, can I be an Aztec?" As a joke, because I knew it was already disbanded, and I was like, "Lob me," because it was the one group I never got into that I wanted to when I was younger. He was like, "Yeah, fuck it." I was like, "Sick."
Uh, yes, Aztec, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the groups like Law and Aztec, they're like the old.
Yeah, that's boomer territory now.
Yeah. So that's all. We're talking
Yeah.
about like
Anyways,
now with your stuff. So
fuck.
what's your what's the current like progress? Because as of now, it's uploaded, but right as of the recording, you're still working on it. So
Yep.
what's like the progress on
So
the Cyberpunk?
I am still technically on Act 2.
Yeesh.
There's a dialogue sequence at the end of after all the action. So this is like the easy section that I can do in like a 2 days or like a day, really. I'm gonna try and see how much I can get done today before I have to render the podcast for tomorrow because that's what I'm stressed out about. The basically there's the dialogue sequence right after it basically starts right after the shot I showed you with the car explosion. And it's like a minute. Then I have to do all of Act 3 starting tomorrow, basically, till the 31st. And there's still like 3 shots that I haven't done for Act 1 that I need to like put stuff there.
Wow, so you're quite behind it, right?
No, I'm actually pretty on schedule. Like most of it
Oh.
will be done.
'Cause you haven't finished the first act. You have to do the
No,
third
it
act.
is done. There is quite literally just 3 small shots that I already know what to replace it with. I just haven't added them in.
Ah.
So they're like
Still,
done.
I mean,
It's done.
Still have a lot to do now.
A lot, yeah. But considering that like Act 2 is one of the longer acts and it's like 6 minutes and I finished that in a week, about to, I should say. I'm pretty on schedule for the most part.
That's
I
really-
actually also have leeway days because technically I'm supposed to finish Act 3 by the 24th of March, but I have till the 31st to upload this. So I have a whole extra week of being able to do all the stuff that I missed or want to fix. And
Yeah.
on schedule
All right.
wise though, I'm actually kind of happy with the way that things are going. It did make me realize though that my next thing 2 months max.
As a next project deadline.
Yep, 2 months.
That's fair. I mean,
I realize-
I think 3 months is. I think 3 months is still okay.
Yeah, 3 months is okay, but 2 months is like perfect for me because I finished basically all the models in a month, most of like the sound design in a month, and then now I'm doing basically all the animation within a month. So I was like, okay, well, maybe if instead of doing like a 20-minute project, it's going to be like 15 minutes, I think, because I'm cutting it down for time. But maybe doing like a 5 to 10-minute project, like a 5-minute probably. I can handle that in like the span of 2 months.
I mean, because the thing is, you're doing sound design based off the episodes, right?
Nope, I'm
But,
adding
like-
the sound design after.
No, you're still adding it, but.
Oh yeah, like voice acting and
'cause,
stuff
like,
and
if you
all
do
that.
like a new project, like a new person, like a project with your own plot and story, right?
I have to write it, voice act.
Basically doing the sound last because you're going to be making this
Nope.
yourself and then adding this.
Nope.
You're still going to do the sounds first.
So the way that I like doing things, and I don't know if it's a bad way, but it's the way that I like working, is I think it's because of the way that I've been doing these edits is I will take the episode edit the dialogue together, add the music to the way that I want, and I'll listen to it and I'll kind of like imagine the scenes at first, and then eventually kind of do all that, and then eventually put the scenes in there. So I'm thinking for the next project, I'll write it out. I'll start sound designing the piece to understand the moments. Like, this is the intro section with the sound. This is like the first act with this dialogue sequence. I'll even add the dialogue in there with the correct timing that I want, and then I will make the scenes to the shot or to the sound, which takes I don't know. It works better for timing wise.
Yeah, because like I normally prefer to like do the sounds like at the last. I mean,
it depends.
Like
it definitely depends.
It depends on the project. Like for sometimes I actually do it. That's the first thing that I do. If it's like a commercial, or maybe it's just like music or audio, but like on other audio stuff. But like otherwise, I always do like it's like a short film or some corporate project. I always do like the sound last with like So
it's understandable. Yeah.
Especially where you have to like change the pacing of different things. It's easier to like do the sound last because you're changing the scene itself depending on which stage. It can be frustrating if you're trying to match like the sound.
To some degree, I think it's because of how long I've been doing AMVs. Because you start with the song and then you follow the song to some degree to understand what visuals need to go there.
I kind of get that from AMVs as well. So
when I'm doing like a short film, I rely on sound to dictate how I want to shoot everything and how I want the vibe to go, like for everything, like how the feeling should be for this dialogue sequence. I can't think of that like while making the visuals only, even if there's writing. So I have to have that sound there to even think about like even though I'm making it by hand, I need that there to even think about how this is going to be shot. Is it going to be a slow pan up? Is it going to be like what is it going to be? Having that there helps for me.
Yeah. Well, so you're gonna guess you say you're gonna finish or finalize everything by 31st or the 30th?
The 30th.
30th. So that's like 10 days or something like that. That's like to me, for at least for me, that's like a really short amount of time. But
it's a short amount of time considering that I have 5 minutes of animation left. Actually, no, 7.
Damn, that's mad. I'm out here playing City Skylines. What are you
all right? Yeah, I was gonna say something. I don't want to.
It's just not just that, but I have other stuff that I'm busy with, like other stuff outside, just like. No.
Yeah, it's also it's kind of the main reason why I'm stressed out about podcast at the moment. That's about it. Because it's the only side thing that I have to keep consistent with, but it sucks because I haven't even really edited fully. The podcast is supposed to come out tomorrow.
To be honest, like when you think about like. You think about like starting a podcast, and I haven't really edited one yet, but I can already feel it being a little bit. It's not that difficult, but it's like a little bit, because you have to like talk for like quite. Because
I'm not.
If you think about it, it's like
I don't think it's
like at first.
It's the editing afterwards.
At first, you might think, you're just talking, and then you have to think about like, what topics do we talk? Because right after you get all your conversations out, you realize that there's a lot more like that you could actually that it's like a lot like all the conversation that you've had is basically like done with. So what else do you talk about? And after that's done, you also have like the editing and stuff like that, which
this doesn't stress me out. I guess I'm more used to being on camera.
For me, editing doesn't really stress me out, but like just to do it all the time, and you have to be free for it, because like I have to spend give myself maybe like 4 hours a week of free time to just record alone, and sometimes I'm working on like the client stuff and all that crap,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
So it can be. And you
It's-
have to be on time as well, because like,
Yeah.
you have to get on a specific time, especially with.
I
us
slept
having,
for. By the way,
different time zones.
viewers, I have slept for 5 hours because I was editing last night.
Well,
It's it sucks to some degree because I don't mind the recording, though it stresses me out only because I'm already strapped for time as it is to work on the Cyberpunk thing, and
Yeah.
I also have to then edit for another 4 hours to do the podcast because I watch it for an hour, but it takes 2 hours. Like if the episode's an hour, I watch it, but it takes me another hour to do all the cuts. Then it takes me like another hour to find the right clip for the intro, and all that. Then I have to make the thumbnail, which is the worst part because I always have to find pictures of me, pictures of you. I have to find everything else, and that pretty much takes up my whole day, and then I won't do anything.
Yeah.
Which is why I tend to do it on weekends. But with the project as it is now for Cyberpunk, if it was easier or a little bit more laid back, which I want to do in the future, it wouldn't stress me out. But like currently, like I am working until the weekend. I wake up, I start editing, I sleep, and then like that's what it's been every single day for this month. So it's been
Well,
stressful.
it's not like a, podcast is not like it's not like a terrible thing. It's actually pretty good, just to talk and
I like it.
conversate with like different, especially with someone who understands this kind of thing. Because the people that there are a lot of people that I can't, there are a lot of people that I know that I can't, talk with the same topics as you because like they don't even understand like.
I
these
have
things.
zero people.
Some people don't even know like what like motion design is or what it is I do. It's like, oh, you're a 3D animator. You work for like Disney or something. It's like no, or something. It's like I'm a different kind of like animator, or it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's very, some people don't know how vast it really is. This kind of whole thing. So it's and how deep it can really go with this kind of
The line of work, yeah.
area. Yeah, exactly. So it's easy when you talk to someone who does this kind of thing. There's also like the colleagues that I have who some of them know what I.
Yeah, I mean,
do, and
luckily you have colleagues. I guess it's hard
One
for
of
me
them-
to like some degree.
One of
'Cause
them actually, watched the podcast. They said they liked it.
Yay.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
They see me
I mean,
as a
for me,
noob.
I think the most important part of this podcast is just like have fun.
Yeah, have fun. I mean, like the whole thing. Like we talk about film and animation. I use that as my intro for this thing, but we're just homies. We like talking about stuff. Even just in general, like we'll talking about games, food. Geography has been a big topic lately.
Oh yeah, so I think I should get into that. So whenever I think this all started with this probably all started with New York.
Yeah.
I've been to many places before that, so like Japan. So probably because of New York, I've been. It's really like hit me with how different cities and areas can be. So when you travel, if for anyone who hasn't traveled, the first thing you'll notice is that that the place that you're in or going to will be very different to where you live. Different lifestyle, different culture, different food, and all that kind of stuff. It really hits you like wow. You'd be surprised like wow they don't have this, but also we don't have this. Like when I go to somewhere like when I go to when I went to like Switzerland, for example, like they have like a lot of like they have trains. Trains are everywhere.
Keep going.
There's not.
Sorry.
Okay, so they have these they have trains everywhere. They don't have as many high rises and stuff like that. It's also not as sunny and the weather is very different. So like you don't have that here, but at the same time it's like places also closes a lot early. the food is not as vast. I mean, if you go to Switzerland, it's not really a place you would go to, for just food. You know, it's food here is like pretty good. So when you travel to different places, it's like very different. But basically, the reason I've been into like geography is because of these kind of things and experiencing different things. Also looking at like the maps. So when you look at like the map, the trains and stuff like that, I'm always used to seeing the borders of the Emirates, right? So the whole like boat-looking shape, kind of thing. But when you go to different countries, like this is like, I don't know, I don't know how to explain the feeling. But when you look at the map, it's like, oh, you're actually in a different space. Like the borders are very different from where you are. It's a very interesting, like especially when you travel, it's like you have a filter. Like when I'm here, I see like because it's a desert, yellow kind of thing. But when I'm in like Switzerland, it's like this is like a bluish green color. Like the environment looks completely different, right? Like it's like it feels very like it hits you like, oh, this is a different place and stuff like that. Especially when I went to the Philippines as well, like you go out, it's like the air feels different, the environment is different, and that's basically why I got more into like geography, and traveling more has made me sort of like appreciate different places. So eventually it got me into looking into like geography videos and borders, and it got me curious to like, okay, why are borders these ways? Why do they look all twiggly but why are these ones straight? Why are these ones squiggly? And then you really research into it, and it makes you like it gives you an understanding of how everything is, and it basically connects like the whole geography and borders thing connects to how all this history happened. The most interesting one was India and Pakistan. Is like why their borders are made in the way it was. Why are the borders in Africa the way it is? Why the border in Canada, right? Why does Canada and America have this super long border up in the north? And how it was made, and it goes all the way back to different history and geography and stuff like that. And it's cool looking at the borders, and then you look at like the actual pictures of the cities, and then you realize, oh, these are different places. These are different people. Like when you really think about it, and it hits you, and it hits you even harder is when you go to a country and you come back, and you be like, yeah, I'm home. It feels a lot different than when I left, because you realize that about the things that you have and don't have. Like, oh, I come back to Dubai. Oh, we don't have as many trains here.
I have thought about that actually. That makes sense.
And you also realize, So when I went to Finland, right? It's like, yes, I'm experiencing snow for the first time. I never experienced this kind of cold. But coming back to the UAE, I'm like, first of all, English, because there's a lot of English here. I can read the signs and everything. Everything is English. Secondly, it's hot. I don't want it. I honestly would much prefer hot weather over cold, and I realized that over going to like colder countries. It's a lot, for me at least, I much prefer it. I do like wearing like these warm stuff, but I don't want to be in like cold weather, right? So
I'm so glad
it felt nice.
Fucking
it felt
spring is coming up right now.
coming back from like New York and or Finland or whatever, and coming back and you feeling like it's very hot. It's hot, but it's like I like this kind of hot because this feels like home to me, right? So that's kind of basically like.
I remember coming back from LA for the first time. Everything felt so much different.
Exactly right, and this also goes. This doesn't even have to be a different country. This could be like in your place. So I went to this place. One of the seven Emirates is there's Abu Dhabi, Dubai, blah 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 blah. And then you have Ras Al Khaimah, which is basically more in like the mountain areas, and we sometimes go there. Just to chill. They have pretty good hotels there, and the only thing you see are mountains, right? These big brown mountains. They're very very nice to look at. They're huge. And then when you come back and you realize, holy shit, civilization, all these buildings, and then it's like it hits you. It's like, oh damn, And you
Nice.
again, you realize the differences between, and it also helps depending on where you live. It helps you appreciate where you are.
Yeah.
Like I went to going to like Hungary and Switzerland. Did you freeze? Oh, never mind. Okay,
No,
just standing still.
I'm just
All
saying
right,
so.
so going over to Switzerland. I really like Switzerland, but I like thank God because I like the food here. I love the food here. All my stuff is here. Um, all my I do wish they had like the breads and the pastries in Switzerland. I wish they had as many trains as there, and I also uh we really like the like it's clean here as well, but it's I do like the the vibe there as well. It's very
Yeah.
quiet, but coming here it's like especially when you go out, there's a lot more noise. It's a lot more. When you go to like the kind of typical like city noise kind of you have.
Yeah.
It's not as bad. It's not like like very very loud. It's just like moderate kind of thing. I
Mhm.
also like kind of like that. Like I'm in that place. I did like it when I in Japan and New York. I could hear like the sirens and stuff like that. To me, I think for me that's kind of soothing, I guess. Some people would prefer dead silence, but I like to have a little bit of like just ambient or noise stuff you can hear.
Yeah. I'm
I can
kind of
hear
similar. I
for
don't know
me.
if you can. No,
Yeah.
you probably
For
can't.
me,
It's not
for
that loud
me,
right now.
for me, that sort of gives it like life. Like I can sleep in my
Yeah.
bed. I can hear like that's a plane, and
I
it makes you think. Yeah, there are people on that plane. They're probably traveling somewhere. They're probably traveling home. They're probably or maybe they're going on vacation or something. Or maybe they're going back to work. It makes you think. And because you have Dubai, right? So when you go into a mall and you look at like the different people because there's a lot of people, and try to think of like, okay, who here is like who here are the tourists, and just like could you just like imagine like, okay, like which one of these people like are here for tourism or here for like just it's like a weekend for them, it's off their it's their off day. um you, what do they think like what's the lifestyle when they go back home, like
yeah.
what do they do, like I see like tourists are like, oh yeah, like like a
I
month from
do
now they're
not think
probably
about
not here
that
anymore.
whatsoever when I see a person walking up.
It's interesting to think like, let's say like I'll go to we did this like ski lesson kind of thing, right? And we were in a group, and the instructor was telling, oh, where you guys from, or where you guys live or whatever, right? And this one's from US, they study in Italy, this one's from the UK, yada yada. And it makes you
Yeah.
think, yeah, like I wonder what they do like on a normal basis, like they live a completely different lifestyle from us, like they're in a completely different place, like they're in London. Like I don't know what's like to live in London. I've been to London, but I don't know
What's
what it's like
going on
to
in
live there
London?
and actually like you know so
Yeah.
it's like kind of interesting. So that's the whole reason. That's, I guess, one of the reasons why I got into like geography and all of stuff, especially watching this like Yes Theory and John Harris with all these like travel channels. It makes
Yeah.
really like immersive, and it makes you really like
Is that like your main YouTube content now?
yeah, as it always changes. That it was even though before it was like, yo, it's 3D and then it's VTubers, and now it's just travel. I still watch the VTuber stuff,
Yeah.
but the travel ones are
I always.
interesting. But it's more on what also made it interesting, right? Is the geopolitics as well, because you always hear news about like like the different wars that are going on
Mm,
with the different stuff, and I like to look into it. And it makes it also interesting with geography is why these wars are happening, and it goes all the way back to these different events, and they're all like connected and stuff like that.
politics.
And then how the borders are formed also, because of politics and stuff. So it really is interesting for me, and how the country that you go to or you're in is, why is it not part of this country? Why is it a separate country? When did this happen? Why are these borders here? Why are these rules here? All of that kind of stuff. So it's very. I mean, for me, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But it's like it's happening in real life, and when you play games as well, and you hear like, oh, this is like a fictional continent. All these have fictional countries, and you look at the lore, right? You look at the lore, like the Elden Ring lore. You look at the Elden Ring lore of how these countries and nations were formed, and you think about it. Think about it like a real life aspect of it. Is like every country has lore on why they're the way they are. So it makes you like
life is just a video game. Yeah.
Life is a video game. We are in a simulation. You know,
yeah.
You have your country, America lore. You know, you like, are you like you think about like the lore of America? You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like how it came to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty interesting. Even the stories about like how America came to be and how France and in UK was involved, and it's really interesting how New York became New York. That was a super interesting story that I've looked into recently. Like it's pretty cool. So yeah, and
it is one of those. What I was thinking about trying to learn it a little bit more for short film stuff.
This is the other reason why I like airports, because when you fly in the plane, right? First of all, you're in a plane. You're like basically in an international soil, right?
Mm-hmm.
International airport, basically, and you basically see like a lot of other people, and you the shops, but just the shops alone are different because they accept euros, dollars, yada yada, and you go in the plane, especially on the window seat. You look outside. You see lights, and I'm like, yo, there are people out there who are like sleeping right now, and they live a different lifestyle. They have different laws. Like I look out, like I guess 1 hour, I'm looking over. I don't know, like let's say this is me going to the Philippines. 1 hour, I'm looking over India. Okay, I'm sleeping. I wake up. Maybe after a few hours, it's just I don't know. It's Malaysia or something like that. And,
yeah.
I remember I was flying because you have the pilot speaking. It's like, hello, everyone, over the passengers. We're gonna be flying over from Hungary to Dubai. We're gonna be passing over the peninsula of like the GCC area. We're gonna be passing by Bahrain, Qatar, and then finally landing in the UAE. And I'm looking out, and I could see like the land border of Qatar. I'm like, that's pretty big, that's pretty sick, and all of that stuff. And it's pretty interesting seeing it from like from above, and you can see like how big this land really is. And then when you look at your place in the plane, and you're like, damn, that's a pretty big. I live there. That's pretty big. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's pretty interesting. Once I was in the plane, going back, we were gonna have like a stopover in Hungary, going back to the UAE, and I'm looking over, and I could see the exact like the ice rink that we went to from the plane. I'm like, oh shit, like we went there, it's like it's pretty sick. And you realize how because we were only there for like 2 days or like a day or something in Hungary, because then we were gonna go to Switzerland, and it really shows you how big this sort of like places and stuff like that. And it's like, to me, that's pretty like mesmerizing. Not everyone thinks it's boring. Like I can see your face. It looks like you just look a bit.
It's just because we've been talking about it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think for me, it's like very mesmerizing. It's also something for me to look at, just to get my mind off. Like, because I don't want to always talk about like art stuff,
Yeah,
that can be boring as well. Even though it's like I talk about that a lot, but I also want to have like another topic to talk about, which is geography and borders and passports and countries and languages and cultures. They're very interesting, and again, like lore, when you play a different game, you have different factions. They have different rules and different ships and stuff, and you could see the influence that these different things have. So yeah, but I don't want to bore you any longer.
No,
that's just my whole like take on like the cool stuff about looking at geography. Yeah. They're also very good with reference, like mountains.
I was good.
Switzerland really helped, like
kind of.
When I go to World Creator, I'm like, the mountain I made right there, that's not a mountain. And then I actually make adjustments based on like what I saw in Switzerland, and I'm like, this looks more like a proper like detailed like mountain.
Yeah, The lore stuff of like a country kind of reminded me of the fact that I wanted to do a lot more research for like another project once I'm done with everything. In order to like build out a full-on fantasy world.
And okay, so this brings me to why I'm playing City Skylines, because of the whole city thing, right?
Yeah.
And after playing City Skylines, it makes you again see the world differently. It's like you look at the road and it's like, damn, this is a pretty good road system kind of thing. Or you look at the like apartment areas and like the office areas and you realize that's why they are all spread apart, or why these are close together, and you see like a balance with everything. And especially when I'm in the car, when we're going back to Dubai to Abu Dhabi, we were going to a dry right, because we have to like pack our stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at these bridges and these trains. I'm like, City Skylines. This is industrial area.
Well, you're using it for sort of a project too.
Well, using it for reference just to understand how like road systems work, but it's also honestly right now I came for reference and I stayed because the game is like really fun. So
yeah.
It's a pretty good game. I'm gonna continue playing it after. I will continue playing it after like podcast, because I have a city to make. Got my railways.
I got the skyscraper that I gotta do later.
Skyscraper. It's pretty cool. There's like the City of Skylines. There's like a church. It's a church which looks like the Burj Khalifa. It's like a long pointy building. It's like a tower. And it says, yeah, this is a church, by the way. I'm like, this is a pretty futuristic looking church. So,
true.
Yeah, City of Skylines is like pretty good. Thank God, this is a really fun game that I've played. So yeah. Recently I saw you playing GTA and stuff. So, how's that been going?
I haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
This month not at all, but it is fun relatively. I want consistent games that I can play on off time. I used to have Rocket League. That gets boring fast now.
Roblox, if I have anything off time.
like Roblox, like you can kind of always play because it has like a replay value.
It's also cross-platform, so I can play it on my phone or my
Exactly.
Whenever I'm like on the watching TV, I'm like, yo, get the iPad, open Roblox, watching like a documentary about how this father murdered his 2 children and his wife, and playing Roblox. It's always I know it's like I was playing this I was playing this plane management game called Pocket Planes. You just basically manage your own airline and direct them everywhere. And on the TV, because this game is fun, and on the TV, my mom and me are watching a documentary about the Malaysian airline. You know about the Malaysian airline, yeah. So we're watching that. It's a very interesting documentary, and I was playing the plane game and like, damn. So it's like, yeah. But Roblox is I'm getting carried away, but
it's fine.
Roblox.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I only play it for GTA Online now.
Yeah,
Just because it's nice. It's an easy game.
It is. Any other games that you play apart from GTA, Cyberpunk, Red Dead Redemption? Do you play any other games apart from open world? Because Rocket, those are all 3 open world games.
No, usually open worlds are my favorite.
Have you played Horizon?
No. Is that the
Horizon,
space one?
No, it's the one where you hunt robot animals. That's a very good game. It's a very amazing, very fun game.
I mean, I would be down. I played Sons of the Forest recently, with some friends. That was kind of nice.
I want to get the other one, but like the Forbidden West, but I don't have a PS5. Sorry, so I got like, I can't play it.
Yeah,
so
I haven't even. Surprisingly, I haven't even played Cyberpunk recently. But at this point, I don't need to.
But you've already played it, no?
I beat the game like 10 times. It is so fast. Like you can beat it in like a day. It's stupid.
I've beaten Elden Ring really like 3-4 times in like It's like 13 times total. But like I guess I'll beat it like twice in one day or something like that.
Yeah,
Depending on my route or something like that. So
it's kind of boring, and at this point, well, I mean, not anymore, but like towards the end of me playing it, it was really like just me getting reference, scanning models, all that.
Yeah.
So I didn't really think about it. It's hard. I just don't play games a whole lot. I get more entertained by watching. I've been watching a lot of romance anime. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's my type of anime, right?
Yeah. So did you watch The Angel Spoils Me Rotten?
I have never heard of that before.
Oh, it's new. It's okay. Well, it's good. I watched like 10 animes this month.
Yeah. I haven't watched any. I want to get back to it, but honestly, starting an anime is just as hard as starting a project.
I don't think about it anymore. You know, that's a problem, is I don't think about it anymore. I literally will just go on like most popular, and I'll look down until I find like a
The thing is,
romance anime, comedy anime. I'm like, all right, cool, watch it.
let me show the anime that I want, because I have a lot of the thing is that I have a lot of animes that I want to watch and ones I haven't finished. So there is Lyricus, is it Licorice? What's it called? Licorice Recoil. So I want to watch that. I heard that was interesting. There is the second season of Spy X Family, which I want to watch. I heard Classroom of the Elite is really good, so I want to watch that as well.
I'm caught up.
There's like a lot of stuff here, and then there's some dropped ones.
That's where that voice line comes in. I talked about it before.
Which one?
There are only 4 of you. You'll need more than that. It's that fucking those like
and then
gym
you have like the dropped ones. So there is you have Code Geass. I just dropped it because I just was watching other animes, so I didn't really want to get back into it. It was interesting.
Yeah.
There's ReZero.
Fuck ReZero. I'm kidding.
I just stopped it after I finished the first season. It's like, it's good, but it's just not for me. It's just a bit heavy.
Yeah.
For me.
I started watching 86, and I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah. As someone who watched like a bunch of like slice of life, ReZero is not like Fire Force. I also dropped because I was again busy watching other anime. Again, not saying that any of these animes are like bad or anything.
Fire Force.
I just have it, watching.
Bro, just watch it for, if not the animation, the sound design. Come on.
I mean, that's the main reason why I watched it in the first place.
It's so good.
It sounded like, but like, yeah, but no. Yes. The sound design is so good, but
Yeah.
like, it's just, again, I just watch like slice of life stuff, and if it's a movie, I'll just watch it straight away. It's a movie.
I had not watched a movie in forever. Actually, the last movie I probably watched was Shang-Chi or the Doctor Strange.
Movie, not like,
anime movie, no, not at all. I have not watched a single one in like years.
I like anime movies. They're nice.
I don't care. Actually, the most recent one was JJK Zero, Jujutsu Kaisen.
I haven't seen that one. I want to see it, but again,
it came up on Crunchyroll finally, so I got to watch it.
That's really nice. I should note it down.
I wanted to watch the My Hero movie. Never got to watch that.
I'm a bit scared to watch MHA. Not gonna lie.
At all?
Cause like, it's not like the story, but it's just like, say when I watch when I watch like an anime, right? Sometimes, in some cases, I'll join like this subreddit or community just to see like, oh, what people think. Or
why would you do that?
Or
for My Hero,
or, like the funny memes. Yeah, I'm gonna. So the thing is, like, if I liked it, I'm like, okay, because you don't even have to be in any subreddit. You might as well. It's gonna come to your feed anyway, depending on which platform you're on. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna, if I watch this, My Hero Academia, I'm sure 100% it's a very good show, but it's just that if I think if I watch it and then I just look at, I don't know, like let's say weird,
The weird
post
community
about
part, yeah.
exactly.
It's
I
not.
think that would ruin it for me. Like
It doesn't ruin it for me. I mean, I still keep up with it because I like the show originally. It got boring the last couple seasons. Currently, it is so good.
Yeah, I get. It's like I don't blame like the creators of the artists and whoever the writers of it. It's just more in the just
But it
the
is,
community that makes it it makes it into like a turn off. Like I
yeah.
want to watch it even less.
It's a much
That's
more of
why.
a baby show than I hate calling it a baby show, but it is not. It's not as
It's
a
less.
compelling show as some other anime would be.
Is it not like it's is it like lighthearted or
Very.
more PG?
Very PG, but like the issue. Well, I mean, this season's been better. I don't want to spoil, but some people are dying now. Things are getting a little bit edgier, but it's like, okay, cool. Like they actually did something that like
I
made
like the edgy ones. Edgy ones are like
it's more edgy, but still super lighthearted, like almost
no,
two.
when I maybe edgy is like like
There's still like
Attack on Titan. Like
there's
I think that's
stakes, yeah. I don't know. There's just
so.
actual stakes in the show now, but before there
I
weren't.
think it's nice to have stakes, but I'm not gonna lie. Uh, depending on the show, stakes are good. But the reason I like watch Slice of Life is because there's nothing to worry about. They're just chilling, and there's like
Yeah,
so many big
yeah.
parts to it. And it's like,
But like you go into it
it's
knowing that when you watch a fucking shonen, you're not expecting there to be no stakes from like especially a superhero like versus bad guy thing. You want stakes.
Food Wars was like there are stakes, there are magic,
There are literal stakes.
and there are steak, bro. And bro, it's like that show made me feel so tense and hungry. When I was watching Food Wars, right? I was during the time when I was like just getting braces, so it was gonna hurt a lot, right? But after every hour, I always ate. I ate all the time, but I always kept getting hungry because of Food Wars. you
Yep.
know? Like people come Food Wars for the horny, but then they stay for the food and like the plot because the plot's actually really good. So, and like I
True.
really wish there was like more of it, but it's good that it ended where it was because it's like it's a good anime.
It is.
I
It
highly
is. I
recommend it.
never finished it, but it was just because I got bored.
They understand it, but I highly recommend it, but just don't watch it in front of
People. Yep.
parents. Yeah, but it's a good anime.
Mom, they just
You know,
really
like-
like the food.
It's true,
Yeah.
but honestly,
It's
like,
made by a company. It's animated by a company that does hentai, bro. I don't.
But the thing is, right, if they didn't have that, like all that nudity and stuff like that,
It would have been
I
boring.
would
It would have been
still-
so boring.
It would have been boring. But I would, again, like let's say if it wasn't boring and it had like an alternative, just as a what if, right?
What if
No, I would-
Food Wars was, instead of it being the way that it is, what if it had like the same like edginess and like seriousness that Classroom of the Elite has, which you haven't watched, but for the viewers,
I want to watch it.
it would probably be lit.
Class of the Lead looks interesting.
It is. It's
so-
they have big brain moments. I don't even know if they're big brain, but like they
So the
Try to pass it
typical
off.
anime like push the glasses.
not
kind of thing.
typical. It's more like things are happening that you don't realize, and then eventually
Oh.
they kind of you rewatch it and you're like, oh fuck, smart.
Yeah, well,
kind of.
I think I like it.
It's a little fake. It's fake smart, but
But
eh.
But yeah,
It's enjoyable enough.
those shows are like my kind of thing. And if you're gonna get into romance, I think which I highly recommend is Love Is War, because that one is just, have you watched it? Have you seen it?
Yes,
Okay.
the whole thing,
My
bro. That
brother-
is so
my-
good.
My brother right now, I think he's on the third season right now.
Ooh,
They like the most recent season, and like I can hear the episodes, and I'm like, yes, this is the one. Like, it just-
bro.
they're so good.
That show has done. It's a comedy romance is so good.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
so good.
God.
It's definitely like in my anime list. It's definitely like my favorite one.
Yeah.
Out of any anime, it's my favorite one, right next to Kobayashi Maid Dragon and Violet Evergarden.
Oh my
So,
god,
like,
Maid Dragon. Oh my
Uh,
god.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Do you
It's
like
so
it,
good.
or do you
Yeah,
not?
it's so good.
I know it's great, right? It's
Yeah.
my favorite slice of life. It's so amazing, and I really I was upset when the second episode, second season ended. I want another one. I want more. Just keep going.
Yeah.
It's just so like good, and
I mean, the only nice thing
Because
about slice of life is that they're repeatable, but
they are.
yeah,
But
they
like,
don't never have. They technically don't have to end. The only show that needs to end right now is fucking One Piece. They could have, like, considering that I'm caught up. It's kind of annoying because at least 800 of those episodes are not needed.
Oh, they're fillers basically, aren't they?
Basically, because I did it the smart way. If I detected filler, I skip.
Fair enough.
Like,
enough.
I would
You understand what's going on, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I wouldn't miss any plot points or anything.
That's good.
And I'm caught up. I understand the story enough. There may be some moments that I forgot about, but like, even if I forget, if it comes up in a current episode, they'll do a fucking flashback.
Is there a list of like the One Piece episodes of what to watch and what filler episodes are? So
There probably is, but I never looked that up. I just detected it when watching. I was like, this is a filler episode. Skip. Some of them are like straight filler. Like, there's an episode where like Dragon Ball characters show up, but it's like very clear that it's a fucking filler episode.
Or is it a crossover or something?
Yeah, it's a crossover, but it's like, but like the way they label it is like special episode sometimes, but sometimes it's just straight up a filler arc where like they're going from like this one deep arc and they're like traveling to like where the next arc's gonna happen, but in between there's like a little pit stop at like this one island, and then I just skip it completely. I'm like, I'm not watching these 20 episodes on this.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into. I'm sure One Piece is like, it's like.
It's good.
Again,
It's good.
I much
Currently,
prefer,
it is
I much
so good.
prefer short anime.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
really,
no.
I wanted to. There's nothing stopping me from watching Death Note, but it's just that if I get hooked, I'm not gonna stop watching it. You know, that's the problem with me starting games or shows.
You could finish One Piece in One Piece, Death Note in like a week. I think. I think if it's like during the summer, yeah, free time. Fuck it, go.
My brother was watching. I probably should download it on my on Netflix and stuff like that. And if I'm gonna, and see, my brother was watching it. First 3 episodes, it's like, whoa. This
Actually,
is sick.
oh, have you
It's
seen
pretty
it?
interesting.
Have you seen part of it at least?
Only like I think the first and second, but I think I
Okay.
was in the middle of the third one.
So the way I watched Death Note was I watched the live action first, and then I watched the Netflix
There's a
live
live
action,
action one?
the live action, the Netflix one.
Is there live?
It's a movie. There's a Netflix live action movie, but it is completely different from the original. So I watched that first because I wanted to see it, and I wanted to test to see if the movie was okay and if Death Note was better. Death Note, the anime, better, obviously. But the live action is not bad as long as you don't watch the anime first.
See,
As its
I'll
own
watch the anime.
standalone thing.
I'm gonna watch see, if I wanna watch a movie, right? I might as well spend my time watching other movies because there's a lot of other movies out there that are like, you know, that are
It's not worth
good
watching,
use of my time.
but yeah, it's not a good
Fair
use of
enough.
time.
That's my answer.
Yep.
But yeah. So, how long has it been now?
58 minutes.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about anime. It's pretty.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I should definitely put Death Note on my watch list.
No, you should.
Oh,
It's just one of those things
I've
that you
been-
should watch.
Everything I've been watching has just been like feel good, slice of life, happy
Yeah.
romance. Little balance, have some edginess to it, you know. Just
Yeah. I'm currently, I think it's because of the Cyberpunk project that I'm in I just want a slice of life, chilled mood. I can't focus on plot.
I think one of the mistakes I made. I watched Violet Evergarden, right?
Yeah.
It was like a super sad anime. For some reason, my dumbass thought it would be a good idea to watch Silent Voice. You know, the same week when I was watching Violet Evergarden, right? So because of that, I'm like, shit. I know there was a good anime, but I didn't think it was gonna be this sad. So I was like straight up depressed for like 2 weeks because of how sad the shows were. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"These shows
I
are
remember
so
I
good."
edited it to silent
And
voice
I
once
think
in like a happy manner.
Those 2 animes inspired me to make like like AMVs, and really like get into it. And,
Yeah.
like,
I made
I
a
really like.
silent voice edit
And then,
once when I was
and then,
younger, and I made it
yeah,
so happy. People were like, "This is not the show." I'm like, "Fuck you."
and then when I watched I think I saw the edit. Yeah,
Probably.
but I when I started watching Slice of Life, I'm like, yes, this is the perfect balance. Now I know why anime is so good. It's amazing. I still think
Yeah.
anime is like so good. Like it's just because it has like things you would not see on like live action or regular animation.
True.
Like these absurd things, you would never see it. Like not see it, and they're
Yeah.
like boring. These like mediocre shows. And then you have anime, which is like, yeah, man. You have this guy. just cooking
Also, though,
food, and,
sometimes the writing
he
only
feeds-
works in anime.
Yeah, only works in anime. This guy is making some food. Yeah, it tastes good. Yeah, all of a sudden this guy's naked. What the hell's happening? This is a pretty good show. Oh, this guy is.
Can't wait for the Food Wars live action.
Oh my god, that would be mad.
That would be so funny.
There's also Kakegurui, right? Which is like the insane gambling anime. That was also pretty interesting. Man, that was so hype. Just gambling. And it's funny because like gambling
Yeah.
is illegal in Japan, so it's just
There's a
gambling anime.
garbage truck outside. The mic is definitely
can't
picking this
hear
up.
it.
The mic is picking it up, though. Yep,
I can
it
hear
is.
it. Yeah. Not that bad.
No, it's gonna be bad for them.
You have
This is whatever we're Google Meet is reducing the audio.
because like I have like there's always like a plane always passing by.
Yeah, I
have
can't
a
hear it
couple-
'cause
and
it's-
I think there's like an airfield nearby. So
There's a noise gate, I think, on Google Meet, but because I'm recording the audio straight into my mic for the podcast, it picks it up.
Okay.
Because I have noticed that when I'm like in some episodes when I'm shaking my water, I hear it.
I can hear the beep beep.
Yeah, if you can hear it, it's loud. It's peaking kind of a little bit. All right. Anyways, I think they just left. Yeah, they're backing out. All right. I want to go on a quick monologue. Just quick, because I gotta finish up this cyberpunk thing, so we don't have to talk about it anymore. Unless it comes up in the future. Fuck. Where am I gonna go with that? Yeah, there's mistakes. There's mistakes everywhere in the cyberpunk piece. I know this. If they get fixed, they might get fixed. Again, I still have some time. They might. They might not. Will it be my best? Are you serious?
I can hear it so clearly. Oh my god. Beep beep.
Why?
Oh, it's bad.
They left and came back. I have my window slightly open. I don't want to be loud. Oh my god. It's gonna be 2 seconds. This is gonna piss me off.
What's this button do? Oh, saturation buff.
Oh god.
Nerf. Monotone.
Oh no.
Oh shoot! Look at that! Whoa! Whoa! This is just weird presets.
True.
Oh, reset setting. Okay, cool. I should get like, maybe like the pro one. I get like different benefits for this. I have cool stuff here. 30 FPS, yada yada. Anywho,
Finally, Jesus Christ. Alright, anyways. Fucking cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Anyways. Project's done. You guys can watch it. There's still some time. Hopefully not all the shots are shit and some people find it okay. It's not going to be my best piece of work ever. Obviously, it was a very ambitious thing that I tried to do.
the point is to finish it.
The point is finishing it, staying consistent, and also moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
To some degree. I already have ideas for short films, and I know what I want to do better next time. Overall, like shorter deadlines, shorter project overall. I think 10 minutes max is fine, but I think the next project is probably going to be like 5 minutes, just to make it easier. I mean, it's going to be actual short films this time, so actual writing, research, developing characters, all that. I mean, I already have a list of stories that I do want to work off of, so it's kind of a matter of picking one, doing that. And I guess, what else could I say about that?
That's pretty much it. It isn't it? Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that I could do better. I am nervous about reception. On the video, whether it's gonna be good or bad. I think a lot of people will be nice to me, considering.
considering that the community that you're in is always of like full of nice people.
Yeah,
That's how it is.
I am nervous. There's two things I'm nervous about. It's if it grows past my audience, what the reception will be like. Like, will people like it? Will people not? Whatever.
Just, some people will not like it.
Yeah, some people won't. I mean, I already saw, like, I have dislikes on my Chainsaw Man video. Like, I know
Some
people
people
won't
don't
like
like
it.
what some people don't like what I make. They're like, oh my god, she's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Shut up! I don't care.
And my other problem is not if it grows, but if I hope it grows. Because of the amount of work I have put into it and how long the project is, I definitely have a bit of an expectation on it doing well, which
Yeah.
makes me nervous. But I try to keep my expectations low. But I also don't want it to completely bomb. Like, I don't want it to be like a 100-view video on my YouTube channel. That would kill me. I would probably stop editing if something like that happened.
No, honestly, like I have videos that like commercials that I've done. I spent like a good month on or something. It's like 100 view, I'm like, whatever, 50 views. Whatever. I just post it, get it over with.
Yeah,
And sometimes-
I mean, the thing is like, you're doing it for work. I'm doing it as like a personal, like it's meant for YouTube sort of thing.
I still want the exposure, like the attraction, but you know, like I don't want to be attached to like, oh, it didn't grow or anything like that. That's why I don't really think about it too much. I'm just like, that's how it is. Like, for me, it's like
I personally, as long as it does better than Chainsaw Man, I will be happy.
for me, it's like eventually. For me, it's like, yeah, over time, it would basically be it'll grow, I guess, slowly.
Yeah,
but sure.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
That's me with like some of my like Behance projects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, a lot of stuff makes me nervous about it, but I'm also currently stressed out about making the project, so it's hard to worry about it at the moment completely. Do you have any like quick questions that we can like fire off and then we can end off?
Not really. I mean, I got everything answered pretty much,
Yeah.
I guess.
I know. Okay, so I do want to, I guess, mention some things that I would change outside of what I've said already. Software-wise, I'm thinking about using more stuff like Unreal Engine, like actually utilizing that, and utilizing good characters, Marvelous Designer, could get like good claw simulation. I'm just glad that I'm not going to be tied down to an anime next time. Because I won't have to match the character. I won't have to match an environment that's pre-existing. I get to just make it look the way that I want it to look. And it can be a completely original style. It could be on the realism side. It can maybe look like a Studio Ghibli film. I don't care. It can be what I feel like it being. And I'm amped. I am so happy about that because
That's what's up, yo.
it'll just be way easier. I think.
Hell yeah.
I mean, outside of the pre-production is going to be a bit longer, you know, voice actors. I actually am in a Discord now with like 50 other people, not my Discord that we use, a different Discord that I know there's some people that want to voice act and they have really good voices. So maybe get some actual people on. AI voices. AI is going to come in handy for this.
Yes.
AI is going to come in handy for the next projects, which is what I'm excited about. Maybe doing a Stable Diffusion edit or a short film similar to the Quarter Digital one, but with trained on images that I make myself. So it'll be trained completely on my own style. I won't be using copyrighted images. They'll all be me. So fuck
Hell
you.
yeah.
Can't talk shit. It's just a tool at that point.
And then you duplicate the amount of images that you've given it by running it through Stable
Yep,
Diffusion
and then putting it back. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be cool. I'm just excited for it. I'm glad the video's done for you guys, but not for me. I'll be glad when the video's done. I'm kind of annoyed though that I'm gonna be super busy next month working, like actually working for people. Which
Make money somehow.
I don't need money currently. I'm gonna cut that out. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, what's nice, I'm actually gonna be a part of the video though that they're doing. They're gonna have me in it, camera. So sick. But I don't know. I'm excited. Short films, cool.
Yeah.
I need to do more.
I guess that's all. I guess we can outro it.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching this podcast. This is the third party podcast. Sorry, I'm zoning out. In the description there, we're sponsored by Skillshare and W, little energy drink company. It's actually not reverse this time. Yeah, go check it out. 30% off first month for Skillshare, and if you sign up for a free trial, it also helps us out. So you can just use the link, sign up for a free trial. You don't have to commit to anything. It'll help me out. Just do it. And W, 10% off any order, which is good. They pretty much ship everywhere, so it'll be pretty solid. Obviously, check out my Cyberpunk video. Is in the description. Probably come up with this time card at the end, or end crowd thing. And yeah, go follow socials. Alex socials.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he has anything coming out within this time. No,
probably not. I'll be busy, I guess.
This will be like the second week of April.
Actually, you never know.
We never know. So follow his socials and
I'm just
keep
lazy. I
up.
won't do anything.
Maybe, but follow his socials
Reverse
and keep up.
psychology. I'm not gonna do anything.
Yes.
Watch.
Watch me. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave. Alice is gonna leave. I gotta edit something probably. I don't know what the hell's going on today.
5 hours of sleep.
5 hours of sleep. I need to eat also because I've been hungry for like the past hour.
Keep in mind this is actually like a different week. We're not recording this on the same
Oh
week.
yeah. We're just degenerates that wear the same clothes.
He again did not get enough sleep, so 5 hours of sleep. So as you know, so yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you guys have any, I'm just gonna leave it at this part. But if you guys have any more questions about the Cyberpunk thing, I know we talked about it obviously a bit on here. But if you have any more, I should be streaming by the time this is up. By the time these podcasts are up on Twitch, because now that for you guys the Cyberpunk project's over, I will be live on Twitch finally again daily. So you can ask me questions on there. I'm probably going to be doing a whole BTS stream on that and just reviewing the whole project, whatever. Going over little things. If you want to be there for that, by the way, Alex. You down?
Yeah, I'll try to join if I can.
If you can.
Oh wait, actually,
it's like one stream that I'm just going to go over the whole thing. All right.
When this episode comes out, I probably could, but
No, it's going to be like April 1st type shit.
I might not be even here.
Like the first week of April.
First week, yeah, I would be here, but not April 1st. I might.
Okay.
Actually, no. Actually, I'll be here. Never mind. I'll be here. Never mind.
Actually, I won't be. I'm gonna be live April 3rd. April 3rd. I mean, this is already gonna be out. It doesn't matter. Anyways, peace, guys. We're cutting that little bit out. Anyways, bye.